Hey friends, it's Mel Adair here with the Friendship Revolution, and I'm sitting with my friend Andrew Grassick from the Bradley in Richland, Washington, and we're doing several segments on hospitality, food, and what that looks like in everyday life. So not only if you are in the restaurant business, but also at home. So our discussion this round is actually on working the room, aka making sure that everybody feels welcome and comfortable with you in your space. And Andrew is truly a pro at doing this. So how do you do this, Andrew?
Well, it's been a lot of years. A lot of years and being an extreme extrovert helps with that. But yeah, we've all had those friends who've come over to a party who have felt unwelcome, right? Because, they may get stuck in a corner and they're not as, extroverted as us.
Yes.
Which we're up here. Nobody's higher than us. But, we've all had those friends who, don't feel welcome.
Yeah.
So it's all about working the room.
Yes.
The same thing happens in a restaurant. A guest can come in the door and they may not feel as welcome because maybe I miss talking to them, which that's a huge point of what I do is I always make sure I try and touch every single table in the restaurant and talk to every single guest that comes through my door.
You're really good about that.
And that's the same thing at home. When you're having a party at home, you don't just sit and talk to one guest. You go around and you talk to everybody. You make sure everybody's welcome, make sure everybody's having a great time.
Okay, so tell me, when you get stuck with somebody who is a little bit more of a chatter and you see other guests that are kind of drifting off into those corners, it can be really hard to get away from that person who is a chatter, especially if they're like spilling something that is really
like when Mel comes into the restaurant, she's a bit of a chatter, and I can get no, you just excuse me, give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Let me go check on let me go see if Christine's all right.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me go check on Krista, see if they're doing well.
Yeah.
But then you can come right back around to it. It's pretty simple, I think. You just got to be natural with it.
Yes.
Understand chatting is, talking with people.
Yes.
And that person who you're talking with and seeing if that their tell is going to let you leave.
Right. So there's times in my home where I'm in the kitchen and I typically hang out in the kitchen so I can make sure that people are being served. And it's kind of a safe place for me. Honestly, my kitchen is a safe place. So I can have quick access to more stemware or plates or whatever. And so typically people will come in there and corner me just a little bit. I don't mind it because I love people, right? So let's have some great conversations. But sometimes the conversation does go a little bit long. And so I will typically go, oh, hey, can you hold that thought for just a second?
Absolutely.
I need to go check on a situation over here. Or I need to, or hey, it's been great chatting with you. Let's get together for some coffee or do something like that. And so that's my way of being able to excuse myself from a long-winded
She's thinking coffee. I'm thinking more wine.
Right? I mean, there's a gap there. So any other tips on working a room and making sure that people feel welcome?
I think, for me, is, like the way I've always tried and build my restaurants, I build it so I can see everything. That's why we have this new open kitchen floor plans and homes.
Yeah.
It's just about being able to see what's going on and being aware.
Yeah.
Always be aware of your guests. That really matters because, you may have a dinner party the next time and, Fran decides they don't want to come over. Right. That's a great name I just chose.
Yeah, that was good. That's
Fran decides they don't want to come over.
Northwest, yeah.
But because, last time they didn't feel as welcome.
Right.
But just being aware of the room. I think that's, sensing what is going on.
Yes. So at a party that I was just a part of recently, what I found was super helpful, and this was something that I have not really employed before, was I was carrying the beverage around with me and people had their glasses, and there was one standard beverage that most people were drinking, and so I was able to work my way through different groups in the room and go, hey, can I fill up your glass? Would stop and maybe chat for a few minutes, and then I could move on to the next group. And so that was a great way to have a little bit of face contact.
That is a great way. When I have parties at home, I tend to have a bottle of wine in my hand at all times, pouring wine for people.
Yeah.
Or I'll make a cocktail and maybe do some infused cocktail for the party, and we'll be able to go around and pour it for my guests.
Yes.
So it's definitely a great way to
circulate through. Yes, absolutely, agreed. Hey, make sure that you like this station, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, post your comments below. We'd love to answer those, and I will forward any questions along to Andrew for him to be able to answer as well within this post. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button, follow us, post your questions, and share this video with your friends.
Then hurry up and get here so you can answer my phone.